Hello, my name is Lukas. I'm the research officer at Carers New South Wales, and my contribution to today's research incubator is about what works to support carer health and well-being, and I'll be presenting on findings from the 2022 National Carer Survey. The Carer Survey is conducted by us every 2 years to better understand what carers want and need under the advisory of an academic panel, together with care representatives, and under supervision of the Macquarie University Human Research Ethics Committee. If we look at carer health and well-being, it is well known that carers have very low levels of well-being. On the right, you see the average of respondents to a survey in the personal well-being scale, which is around 57%. This compares very unfavorably to the Australian population average, which is around 20% higher. Such a comparison, I always say, highlights weaknesses and doesn't really show how different the outcomes for many carers can be. So what I'm trying to do is look at what's different for those that are actually doing well. What's different for the 25% of carers that have the top values of well-being that are all around the value of the population average or higher? So what sets these carers apart? The first thing, they're very much socially connected. The graph in the middle shows you the distribution of these carers along categories of social connectedness that we measured in the survey. And it shows that the top 25 are mostly socially connected or highly socially connected, whether for carers with lower well-being, it is actually the other way around. The second aspect that I would like to highlight is whether the services received by the care recipient meet the needs as a carer. That means whether the service for the care recipient are available when the carer isn't, and whether they support them in providing care. Among carers with high well-being, 40% agree with the statement that the care recipient services help them as a carer, whereas for other carers, it is 60% who disagree with that statement. The third point is whether the carer has unmet needs of services for themselves or not, which carers with lower well-being have at almost twice the rate than carers in the top 25% of well-being scores. These services involve education, support groups, as well as respite. Respite is the service type where we have the highest levels of unmet needs. And the fourth important factor that we found in our survey is whether carers experience financial stress or not, i.e. whether they're financially secure. The graph in the middle again shows that among carers with lower well-being, 70% roughly had at least one experience of financial stress in the past years. That is, they weren't able to pay the bill on time, or they were not able to get together $2,000 for something important within a short time, or they were behind on their mortgage or rent. So 70% of most carers have at least one of these experiences, whereas in the top 25% in terms of well-being, only 30% have one of these experiences, and very few have more than one. Just to show you the background for these findings, this is a regression model that estimates whether with what probability people are selected into these top 25% group. And it also shows that demographic variables such as age, linguistic and cultural diversity, or sex are not influencing these outcomes very much. So in sum, what works for carer health and well-being? First off, services that create social connection for the carer in and beyond the caring role, be it peer support groups or other trainings or courses, anything that creates connection with other people. Secondly, formal services that meet the need for the care recipient, that meet the needs of the carer, so that are available when the carer isn't, that allow the carer to take time out of the caring role, etc., that recognize the contribution of the carer, and that treat them as partners in care. Third point, carer services that are available when and where they are needed, especially respite. And last but not least, services and supports that help with or help avoiding financial hardship. I hope you found this interesting. These are my contacts if you want to know more, and please enjoy the rest of this seminar.